Steve Dotto here. How are you today? How am I, you ask? Well, I am especially fine. Thank you for asking. Today, we get to talk about Square. I've looked forward to doing this demo for a while because I think Square is an outstanding product. It's very cool. Where's my thing? There it is. Square is an online payment system, a mobile payment system that allows us to use our smartphone, iPhone, Android phone, or our tablet, and it allows us to collect payments, credit card payments, when we're out and about. It allows us to collect them at garage sales or at fairs. It allows us to collect them anywhere, and we don't need to sign up for one of those big merchant accounts and carry around the big merchant credit card reader and all that sort of stuff. We do, in fact, we collect the or scan in the credit cards with this little free adapter that they send us that plugs into the headphone jack on our smartphone or our tablet. And the first time you use it, you're just gonna you might giggle with delight because it's so cool and it's so neat to be able to swipe somebody's credit card and collect their money. I'm sure they feel that it's cool, but you feel it's very cool because you're the one collecting money. So the system is you sign up for it for free. They do collect money. That's 2.75% every time you do a transaction, which is slightly more than normal credit card fees, but not egregiously so. Certainly more than the convenience more than makes up for the extra 1% or so over top of what normal credit card fees would be. So the process is you sign up for the account, you go here to the Square page, you sign up, they send you the little credit card reader for free, and then you have an account that you can go into and you can manage. So let me just go into my account here and show you. So this is my account right now, and I have set it up. I've only used it once. I set it up to and I collected money at lunches at one of my events to see how it worked, but I wanted to go through the whole process from beginning to end. So I registered, I verified my bank account, so I made sure that it would link through to my bank account. I collected transactions at an event, and then those transactions were then paid through into my bank account, and I collected about $130 from a recent event with credit card payments, and you can see all of the different payments down here in the bottom. I collected that all through the Square system, so I can verify that it works, and it was actually quite a bit of fun to use. Let's take a quick look at the software, the account software here. So once you've signed up, you have to link it to your bank account. It's a small process of validation going through where you give them your transit number for your bank account. They put a couple of small transactions in, which you then log back to their account, which verifies the account, and then any deposits that you are due will then flow through. So all of the money that we see here is already in my bank account, ready for me to spend someplace. I'm so excited. I think I'll buy something fun with it. Here we see a history of all my deposits. And then we get into kind of the heart and the business side of the Square system, which is allowing us to create different items. The items are things that we're going to sell. If you are, say, working at a county fair and you're selling your homemade jam, you would make a list of different items and different prices attached to the jam. Why would you want to create items? It allows you to quickly select the different things from your inventory when you're selling. It only works on the tablet. On the phone side of the software, you have to actually enter the dollars and cents for every item because there's not room on the screen to have the database and have all the images for the items. So this works really nicely in conjunction with a tablet, which is really where the Square Register shows itself so well is on a tablet. So we can set up different items, and all you do to create a new item is you click Create Item, and now if I was going to sell, say, jam, I would create jam, and then I would attach a price to it, an inventory number if I want, set my tax information, and let's say that the jam is going to be $5, and it'll take it a second, and it'll populate it through, and it'll actually connect then with all of my other devices. So now when I log on with my tablet, the jam will be there and available as an inventory item. I can, of course, edit the item further by clicking here, Edit, and allows me to add a photo, which you'd do if you have a nice picture of your jar of jam, or you can just select a color. I'll select a color because since it's strawberry jam, I'll make it red, and then I'll save that, and now it shows up as red. So that allows us to quickly and conveniently add items. Now you can also set up item modifiers. So if you say we're selling food and you sold a cheeseburger or a cheeseburger and fries, you could set up modifiers so that you have a base price and then you have add-on prices. And you can also set up discount codes for all of your different items as well. So you've got a fair bit of flexibility on the business side of this whole system. In the settings is where you go in and you set all of your account information, your tax information. You can actually add more mobile staff, so you can actually have your other people collect money on your behalf with their phone, so you invite them in. So there's some nice flexibility as far as that's concerned. But what I wanted to show you now is how it looks in action on our iPhone or on our iPad. So let's begin with taking a look at it on the iPhone. So I'm just going to minimize these screens here and call up my iPhone here. This is my iPhone actually even online right now. Let's take a look. Let's make sure it's sharing. No, it's not sharing, so let's turn it on. There it is. Oh, move it over so we can see it. So there's my iPhone ready to be seen. Okay, now, if I go here into the Square Register, so there is the Square Register on the iPhone. And as you can see, it's got some of the same information. It's got my recent activity all there. But if I just close that down, I can put in the dollar and cents for what it is I'm selling. I put in those numbers. Oh, $580. I like that, including tax, $609 including tax. Now I plug the Square Register, the reader, into the top. Now, unfortunately, what happens is my screen actually disappears. For some reason, there's a little bit of a glitch in the software, in the display software. So if I put something in the headphone jack, the phone will disappear. So you can't actually see me doing a transaction, but trust me, it's dead simple. The process is you put in the dollars, you swipe the card, it then moves to a signature screen where a person signs with their finger or with a stylus on the screen. The very next screen is, do you want the receipt emailed to a location? And they put in their email address, and then the receipt is sent to them, and you receive a copy of the receipt as well as you receive the money into your account in due process. It works. It's simple, and it really, really works well. Let me show you it on the tablet as well. So here we see it on the tablet, because the tablet is going to have one extra feature here. The tablet is going to have the ability to see the library as well. So you see now this reflects a little bit more what we saw in the software interface, where we have the library. Now, if I pull this little bar to the right, we can see all of our recent activities, summaries. We can get into all the settings through that bar. But within this area here, we have a library which allows us to create new items if we want. So if I want to add an item, into this area here, I edit it, and then I can create items, and I can move the items into my favorites area. Now the favorites area, let's say done editing here. The favorites area, this is where you can quick select all the sorts of different things. Now it hasn't quite populated through yet. I guess it has to refresh yet to put up the jam that I just put in. But if I wait a few moments, that jam will appear here. But the way that it works here is I just tap on whatever item it is I want to sell, and it moves it into the sales register. I can then click on the charging area here and allow me to say charge it as cash, or again, plug in the credit card reader, swipe it, the number will come in, it'll be registered, they'll be asked to sign a screen, type in their email address, and they are then sent the receipt, and you receive the money. It's that simple. This app, this tool, to me is just a tremendous example of mobility coming together with web technology, coming together with e-commerce, all kind of blended into one. They've really nailed it. They've made it easy to use. They've made it affordable at 2.75% per transaction. It's certainly going to cost, they're certainly going to make a fair bit of money, but the convenience factor for you and I being able to collect credit card payments anywhere, just tremendous. I hope you found this video to be tremendously useful. We publish one of these each week, so please register, sign up and subscribe to our videos here on YouTube, and you will then be notified of these great new videos coming down the pipe each and every week. And there's no charge for these, although there probably should be, but no, there's no charge. I'm Steve Dotto. Thanks for spending time with me today.